What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in for the Prospect Spotlight, man. We got my special guest. Please welcome Southern University wide receiver Kenntrel. Boy, man, how's it going, bro?
How's it going? How's it going? Greatly appreciate this opportunity, man.
Oh, yeah, anytime, bro. For those people who are not familiar with you, man, tell them who you are, man.
I'm Kenntrel Boyd from New Orleans, Louisiana, the youngest of five. A slot wide receiver from Southern University, from the Southern University. You know, that's about what it sums it up.
Yeah, very small college from the HBCU type of. You were at one of those college bowls, huh?
The bowl, the one bowl was the championship bowl that we had, and we almost made it to the Atlantic Bowl, but we lost.
Okay, but the HBCU bowl you were in also, right?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. So you're a slot receiver. So what really got you into football in the early part, man?
Like I said, I touched the football when I was about 3 years old, and it really was my mom. My mom, she played football when she was younger, as a female. Growing up, she taught me a lot, and watching her raise 5 kids on her own, and I also had 2 brothers that played football as well. So it was like just took on with it, and we all ran with it. But there's also other things like track, basketball, baseball.
Okay, so I'm assuming growing up in New Orleans must have been pretty rough over there, huh?
Definitely. Lost a couple people early to gun violence, things like that. Just the way of life out there.
Yeah, that's just how life is, but it got you to be where you're at because some people would choose different paths, but you chose the sport path where it got you to be where you're at.
Yes, sir. Seeing the things and being the youngest of 5, it was like I have to create my own way in the sort, like not go down the path of doing the things that what you see normally on a daily, and also just want to be the generational, the wealth, create that wealth and change everything. Go give back to the community. Show it's a different way. Like it's not just that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, let's give a shout out to some of your supporters. The Flash says, "Let's go." Our Monte Game Boogies is probably one of your supporters, and then this one says an amazing guy. So you must have came a long ways. But so was there like any other
brothers right there?
What?
So that's 2 of my brothers right there.
2 of your brothers? That's what's up. Shout out to them. Let's just say this, man. So was there any other offers from high school that you had besides Southern University that were just pretty good offers or
no? Coming out of high school, actually, I had a lot of small schools, nothing major. I really was about to go play basketball at Southern Miss, at University of Southern Miss, and Southern called literally first. They started their fall camp already, and they called that first day to go out there. So it was like really, it was God. God does everything for a reason. Walked in the office, met the coaches. They got gospel music playing. So it really was a sign from God. My mom, she already didn't want me to go to Southern Miss because my friends was going there. But she was like, look at the opportunity. Also, I could play football, the sport I love. So I ran with it.
So you did basketball and football at the same time, huh?
Yes.
What you can really take away from playing basketball is those rebound skills. You can just jump for that ball or something like that, You know how those rebound skills, those footworks.
Yeah, basketball guys tend to be soft, So it was easy to get more rebounds coming from football because like I'm hungry, I want it, so I just go get it.
Yeah. So, were you there during the COVID year when that happened or no?
Yes. They pushed our season back to the spring season. We actually had a spring season. It's crazy.
Had to be the most tough year for some athletes, especially. But at least you had the most season in college to where it gives you more preparation for the next level.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So, what do you take away from the COVID year until the many years of college that you would actually benefit the most to the NFL?
Just adapting, being able to adapt on a not knowing like what's going on, how's it going, not knowing what's going on, and like once you find out what's going on, being able to adapt and move on, like because if anything, we all could have let it affect the game, affect our lives daily. stop us from doing the thing that we love. But we wound up being able to do the thing we love and wound up being able to get to it. We also, but they did send us. They sent us home for a couple months. So it's like still having that mindset. All right, I have to train. I have to do things. I have to stay up on it because no telling when they could just be like, all right, we're back running. And we just get back right into it.
Well, at least that got you to be where you're at. So was there like any other NFL teams you met with before this interview?
No, sir. Haven't met with any yet.
Oh, so
God
no
willing. God
top
willing.
secret. I guess top secret. They have to find out soon. I guess. But who are you outside of football, man?
Outside of football, I have a great character, great leadership roles. I'm just a man of God, honestly. To my friends, I keep, I wake up every morning, I text the women that's in my life, my grandmother, my mom, my aunties, I text them, good morning, have a great blessed day, my sisters, all. I just sing quotes like prayer, either scriptures or quotes. My favorite scripture would be Jeremiah 29:11. God, for the plan I have for you is a plan for a future and a hope. That's Jeremiah 29:11. I also have this one on my hoodie. This is I am chosen. First Peter's verse 2 chapter and chapter verse 2 chapter, yeah. So, I keep that going, man of God, gotta keep that. Without God, nothing of this is possible. So that's the man I am, man, fearing God, loving, caring, leadership, and really just want to be a change in my community and to many others.
Oh, that's a good way to put it that way. I mean, you're a humble person. You put the Lord first. You just have blessings. But when it comes down to football, are you the kind of guy that talks a little smack, or are you the one that lets your play do the talking?
I let my play do the talking. In high school, I had some Joker gloves. So like the back
Oh,
of
the
it would
Joker
make
gloves like that.
the face, and the inside would say "ha ha." So it's like I let my play do the talking. I I got a lot of pictures in high school. Be quiet. Like we look at a lot of pictures in college was we beating you guys. Like I don't have to do the talking. Like my play gonna show it. Like
Okay, so you got the confidence. You just let it back it up itself. That's a good attitude. So when you look at it this way, man. So going from Southern University, man, what's the atmosphere like just for playing for that program?
before going there, it was like, it's like all right. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Whew, getting on that field, you can't hear anything. You can't hear the band. You gotta think about it. We got the best band. So it's like just being on the field, you feel the stadium rocking, crowd going crazy. Even away games, our fans are amazing. They travel no matter the distance. They travel. So it's like just being able to be there and witness it. I feel like that also is getting me ready for the next level because the fans just go up and up and up every level.
I mean, going from New Orleans to Baton Rouge is a little kind of a very different environment, huh?
Football wise, yes, not necessarily in everything
Or a
else.
similar difference,
Yeah,
but football wise, but yeah,
yeah, football wise for sure.
yeah. But at least you. I mean, so what was your best competition that you guys played that you had your best game?
I would say my freshman year will be McNeese. I got the special team player of the award, like the ball, special team player of the week ball. I can say I racked up probably 5 tackles on punt, and for us offensive wise, mainly around being a freshman is not really easy to work your way in there, but I worked my way in there.
Oh, okay. I mean, McNeese is like a solid competition for you guys, so
Definitely.
yeah, that's a good way to put it. Sometimes your freshman year kind of builds you some confidence right there, and say, you know what, like when you think about it, when you go into college and you go from high school, it's a little different. But how did you feel when you first came into the scene inside of your head? Like, you know what, I could make it to the NFL one day.
Uh, it's actually funny. I've been having this dream since, like I said, probably since I could walk. I had my Heisman speech. I didn't, God, it wasn't in my plans to win the Heisman, but I had my Heisman speech typed out since I was about 9. So like the NFL was always my goal. That was the end goal. Like that's what I want to do. That's what I'm gonna put mine to. Nothing else is getting in the way of it. I mean, other sports tried, but I always found my way back to football, and that's just what I want to do, and that's what I know God put me in a position to do because I wouldn't make it this far as I gotten without Him. So, and I feel like He wouldn't bring me this far just to leave me here.
I mean, there's a purpose, there's always that dream if it's meant to be, but you got to keep pushing. But I got to give a shout out to your sister. I guess you said proud big sister. She's proud of you. So anybody
Yes.
in your family's got to be more excited for your opportunity, man. So it's got to be good for them. I mean, you got blessed with the Lord and there was a purpose, and things happen for a reason. But when you
Yes.
look at it this way, man, there's just a lot. Some people would say, would I change anything for the world? Would you change it where you're at, or would you actually just be fine where you're at? Because some people would just like wish they kind of went back on certain stuff, but what could you have done back then that you could have maybe done better then?
Looking back then to now, honestly, I feel like God does everything for a reason. Like I said once, I wouldn't change nothing at all. I feel like I'm on the right path. I'm on the right journey. Yeah, I don't feel like I would change anything. I feel like I'm on the right path, right journey. I feel like everything is falling into place how it was supposed to be. So nah, nothing at all.
I mean, you're blessed with the opportunity. So just some people would think inside of them like maybe I could change back a little bit of something, but no, you just have to go with the present and all that stuff. So
Because if you look at it like that, you got to think about what else would you change. All right, you changed this one thing. Now you got to think about, all right, if I change this, what would have happened down right here? So it's like trying to do all that. You can't go back to it. Move on. God does it for a reason. Keep it going, and that's really all you can really think of it like, and move forward with life like.
oh yeah, for sure. So what do you feel like that you need to improve on the most going into the draft? Like weaknesses that you want to improve the most on?
I just recently got with my trainer and we found some, little tweaks. I have a combine coming up in April. So we working on fixing my mobility and a little of my agility to fasten my 40 time to, you know, show the scouts what I can do.
I mean, I guess it just matters if you play the game or not. So
Yeah.
but if you feel like that's one of your areas, the speed, and maybe we'll find out how that plays out in the combine. So was it like just is it like the NFL scouting combine, or is there a different combine you're going to?
It's a different combine I was invited to. They will have NFL scouts there, but they also have CFL, UFL, like different professions of scouts there. So I'm really taking the opportunity and running with it.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. Just because if the NFL doesn't go that way, you got the CFL and other football. So there's other options. But what's like your backup plan? Like major wise, what did you major in college?
I recently just graduated in May with a business management degree. I'm in grad school right now, getting my master's with business management with a concentration in HR. Honestly, my backup plan though is I'll go back. It all revolves back to sports medicine. I did that in high school. I got my EMR license in high school, coming out of high school. So like it was things I could have took a different route with, but football just always found me. So right now, it's plan A, plan B, plan C, plan all the way
Well, that's
through.
the passion. You got to pursue the passion, like they say, never give up. So for some prospects, they've probably been on your shoes, but what would be the best advice for those future prospects that just kind of felt inside of them like maybe it's not going to pay off? But what would you give them the best encouraging advice for them to keep going?
Never give up. No matter how hard, how tough, injury, being grades put off the team, anything like that, never to give up because never know that one moment you give up, the next day could have been your opportunity to do something great, make a
Yeah.
change in somebody's life.
Yeah, there's no what ifs if you kind of like give up on that, you know what I mean? So just keep pursuing the passion. I mean, ooh, I like this
Also,
question.
I will
What?
also I will also say never let anyone take the love out of the game from you, because at the end of the day, football is a kids game, but it's also a kids game that grown men play.
It's
Love it
rewarding
as
for
a
them.
kid, you fell in love with it as a kid, so I say stick with it. Keep find that inner child in it, and you will find love and the passion with it that'll keep you going, keep you driving with it.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that kind of encouragement. That makes them want to keep going for it. But oh, I didn't even get to this question. But what team does he want to play for, or is there a team you really want to play for?
I don't know if I should answer that. That sounds like a
Okay,
trick
so no question, but okay, if I'm a guessing man, it's the Saints.
Definitely, I would love to play for the home team because I feel like doing that, I can also give hope. That's the city that really needs hope. I feel like doing that would give hope to the city, anybody that I've grown up with, or anybody that has looked up to me, from the younger ages. I really get back to them, get back to the community, and then give them hope. Seeing me doing the things that I've done, accomplishing that they want to, but they feel like they can't. So they be like, all right, I see him do it, all right, I could do it too as well.
I mean, any opportunity is great. Just playing for a home team is even a bonus because you get to be close to home, you get a chance to live out the dream. But I'm pretty sure it wouldn't matter where you go as long as you get an opportunity is all it is.
Yes, sir.
I mean, okay, let's just say you go into the league with the New Orleans Saints, and let's say you want to pick your brains with somebody like Chris Olave. What would you ask him? What would you want to learn from this guy?
Chris Olave, I would ask really how he sees the defense. Like I don't think people pay attention to his routes. They're so crisp because he's looking at the defense while running them. So like I would like how he operates, how he looks at the defense, see that all right, safety here, I'm not gonna go there. The linebackers here, I'm not gonna go there. I mean, some balls are, balls are thrown. But if you look at the routes, his routes keep him away from either getting hit illegally or getting hit in general. So I would like to, look at that as well. His speed and then all his cuts and really just his overall like coming into the league, like his mental of it. I would like to see the mental part of it, see where how he was able to manage everything, how he's still managing it.
Oh yeah, for sure. See, that's a good way to look at it because you could pick your brains with some of these pros. But I like to answer your sister's question for you. So, how do you manage the pressure and expectation that comes with being a professional athlete?
I manage the pressures and expectations by really honestly looking at my family, understanding that yeah, it's a lot riding on this, but it's also something I can do and I know I will do for them. Like this is an opportunity of a lifetime that I can show them like all these years that y'all had to sacrifice for me, I can sacrifice for you guys now.
I mean, it's gonna have to be sacrifices. Sometimes you got to take chances, or else you're just gonna stay the
Yeah.
safe way. You know how they say, but you just got to take chances. But yeah, I do like that question. That does kind of give you an idea of what you're putting yourself into. So, what you're going to see from going into the NFL or any other pro sports, they're probably going to ask you some off questions where you might have to be more prepared. But let's say I'm going to put in some rapid fire questions for you to where you're kind of had to be more prepared for these type of questions. So let's say of a teammate, a teammate of yours. Let's say somebody refuses to go into the sideline and just sub in that person and just walks out on the team and just has a little hissy fit. How would you handle that circumstances? Like that teammate quits on you guys just right on the bat.
I feel as if a person, if they love the game for real, it's always something deeper. So I would ask, if me as a captain, as a leader, I would ask where their mental is at. Like how are they doing mentally before them to even, approach that type of situation in that way. I would be like, maybe it's something going on that we don't know about. Maybe it's something deeper, like, and we just attacking him. But yeah, he just wants to in the game because 9 times out of 10, the field for me was my way of clearing my head, a way of staying locked in, not worrying about the outside world. When it's football, it's football. I can worry
Well,
about everything else afterwards. So for as a player doing that, I would actually pull him to the side afterwards. I mean, I can't do it then, but if I got the opportunity to do it, then, like if I'm on the sideline with him, yeah, I'm putting him to the side. What's up? Like talking to him, getting ready for their mental to see where their mental is at because that's the game is 99% mental. If you ask me, it's
yeah.
more the physical comes, yes, but it's all here. Without this, you lost.
I mean, there's different factors for some of them, but it's rare you get that every now and then. So it's like let's just say he's just complaining about his role and he just refuses to go out there because he felt like he should have played or something. That could have been that kind of circumstances, but you answered it pretty well. Um, like let's say you see a lot of teammates in the sidelines just scuffling or having a little confrontation because they're not on the same page and it's getting way out of hand. How would you handle it as a player? Would you be able to separate them and talk them out of the situation, or would you let it play out itself?
At the end of the day, we're a team, so we have to separate it. But then we got to come together as one and show them like that's not what we are. Like that's what they want us to do. And once we get to that point, we're lost. So once they got to see it from that angle, I feel like any issues, any complication on the sideline can be fixed. As it not as fast as it sounds, but it can be because it's like, all right, we here to win, we here to do this. Even if it's at practice, we still here to win. You got to win every day. So it's like when it comes down to it, you have to come together.
Oh yeah,
It's no other way around it because if you don't come together, then we separate it. When we separate it, you can't win.
at
The
least kind of
end goal for
separate their
everybody is to win.
at least separate their attitude from each other. Maybe go from a little bit of a space, and maybe things will work out itself at some point. But oh, I like this question by Ashton Jackson. Who would you say your NFL comparison might be considered being a small receiver?
Great question. I used to always compare myself to Odell and as well as Tavon. I also had one other receiver. Oh, I forgot his name. No way I just did that.
I mean, Tavon Austin has some speed and other stuff, so he kind of had something into it.
From LA. He went to LA Tech. Man, I forgot his man name. How did I do that?
Oh, LA Tech. Are you talking about the receiver?
Yes.
Not Trent Taylor, right?
Trent Taylor.
Oh, that dude, that shifty guy. Oh, that dude's
Yes.
shifty.
Was he with the 49ers for a little bit?
Yeah, now he's currently on the roster, but he's kind of been like a shifty short receiver, kind of has the quickness, not the fastest, but he was very productive over there.
Very, because in my sophomore to junior year of high school, LA Tech, got me on a visit and everything. I got to chat with him, and I love the guy, man. Great character, and his game speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So definitely Trent Taylor.
Yeah. He plays his heart out there and doesn't have the God-given speed, but he makes up for it. You know, you think of guys like Wes Welker, who's not the quickest. You think of guys like, Danny Amendola, and I mean, we can go on with some of them guys, but there's another guy who's probably undersized and probably doesn't get much appreciated. You know, like Darren Sproles, for example. That guy is a great example of what it takes to be a true underdog and make it to the league for a long time.
Definitely, especially with the Saints. Of course, I know Darren Sproles, my guy.
Yeah, and we want to talk speed. Ted Ginn was a return man, game changer, man. That dude
definitely. Definitely.
I guess your mother is my son. Shout out to her for raising a great young man.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I like this question actually. Oh, wait. I want to answer David Corona's question because I didn't get to that question. But what is your favorite food?
I don't even know. Favorite food? It used to be pizza growing up, but I say red beans and rice. Red beans and rice.
I mean, as we get older, we kind of change our favorites on food every now and then, but I would say pizza is still my favorite to this day, even though you cannot pass on Mexican food and all that because that's where the culture I come from. But man, it's just you can't pass on it. But this question by Daryl Tatum. What do you love most about football?
What do I love most about football? Football gave me, I wouldn't say gave me another way of life, but it taught me another way of life. It taught me more than just being a man, but also taught me that there is more to life. So what I love most about football can create love through teammates, coaches, athletic training staff, ball guys, school, like everything. Like football is opportunity. That's how I look at it. So to love it, what I take with, do I love most about it? Just the opportunity to do it, to be able to do it at the highest level as well.
Yeah, like there's a lot to love about football. You can have your brotherhood, the commodity, and all that stuff, and that locker room vibe just feels a little more special for some people. Oh man, I like that we're getting more questions off of these chats. That's what I love about it, man. What's your favorite route in man coverage?
My favorite route in man coverage would be a corner route. I like the top of the route. Got a little Odell double stick, get open. The corner route is hard to is either I'm gonna get on top of you. If you stay on top, I'm gonna break it shorter than you, and then I'm still getting to my point for the quarterback because my quarterback's training and playing on the team, they're taught to throw to a spot. I know the spot because I train with my quarterbacks. You got to, be a repetition, getting in time with the quarterback. So I know where he's want to put it at, but you don't. You checking me. So I can get there either if you want to top me, break it down. If you under me, keep it up top. My quarterback knows where to put it at and how to put it. So really to create a separation.
Okay, that's a good answer. I like this question by your mother. Do you understand what it takes to win?
Yes, I understand what it takes to win. It takes everything that you have, no matter what it is. Like my freshman year, I also played long snapper. If you didn't know, I also played long snapper as well. So majority of my freshman year was me playing long snapper. I did whatever it took for me to help the team to win. Because in that moment we did not have a long snapper. So me stepping in right there showed them like I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win. It got us to the championship. We just lost by a point, but we got there.
I mean, you do whatever it takes. Like if they need somebody to step in for other spots, like when I was playing, it had to come down to offensive line injuries or somebody needed to fill in a spot. Even though I was a defensive line guy, I was asked to play a difficult position, which was center, but I had to do whatever was necessary to win ball games. But yeah, you got to do whatever it takes. You got to be a team player. You got to be an ultimate. You got to be versatile too. So that's
Definitely.
very key. Oh, I think we've already answered this question, but we'll probably do it one more time. What NFL team you want to play for, man? It's like, is it the Who Dat Nation or is it the NFL or what, man? Gotta
I'll definitely say who that nation. Who
okay.
that nation. If I had to play for a team and I had the choice to pick the team, it would be the New Orleans Saints.
I mean, nothing wrong with that, man. But like you said, whatever the opportunity presents, if you can score a touchdown on any DB of all time, who would it be?
Oh man. It would be Deion Sanders.
Oh, good one.
Deion Sanders, definitely, because I know he's gonna talk to me, and I just gotta show him with my actions. And once I do that, I feel like I would say earn his respect, but I feel like he is the type of guy that'll line it right back up, and that's what I love. I love to compete, so definitely it'd be Deion Sanders.
I mean, he put the HBCU on the map also when he was at Jackson State. So even in his prime, that would be a good matchup to beat, man, because he was one of those rare athletes, man, playing cornerback and even played a little bit of wide receiver and even
Definitely.
played some baseball, like
Then at the highest level.
highest level, dude. You just can't. You, but let's see. I guess a question from your sister. Do you have a favorite memory when playing football?
I could say scoring my first touchdown, maybe. Nah. My favorite memory would be back at Pee Wee ball, man, when I very, 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 very first started. So I was claustrophobic. So when I put the equipment on, I didn't want it on anymore. And I was like, take it off me, take it off me. But when I first got out there, I also played quarterback my whole life until I got to high school. So it's like they couldn't hit me. But like once I got my first hit, I was like, oh yeah, come on. Keep hitting me. But nah, my first time putting on, I ran.
Okay, so you did play quarterback. So what made it so simple transition from switching to quarterback to wide receiver? What did it give you from playing quarterback perspective from going to wide receiver?
Seeing the field differently than anybody else. Like I played quarterback and safety up until the age of 15. So it's like playing the quarterback of defense and playing quarterback of offense is like I see the field. And being able to do that, I can see the field differently than anyone else. Like even playing video games, like it'd be like they be my friends be like, how did you, I'd be like, because I see what you in, like I know what you're running just by me being able to study the game. And also as a kid, probably 19 years old, I was watching film. So it's like my mindset always been above than what I was. So and I took my head to the coaches I had then because they also knew what I wanted and they helped me get to where I wanted to be.
I mean, playing from quarterback is you're just throwing the ball to the receiver, but for a receiver, you just have to get the timing perfect on the routes and all that stuff for the quarterback to deliver the ball. So there's that little bit of advantage for some people. I mean, it gives you the little bit of that versatility. I mean, you think of guys like Jawan Jennings, right? Wasn't he a quarterback, and then he kind of made that transition and showed a little bit of what he could be? Like he can break tackles, do a little bit of this. But from you playing quarterback and going from wide receiver, you can understand where the quarterback might be throwing the ball to instead.
Yes. Yeah,
And
definitely.
Yeah, gives you an upper advantage. But I guess your sister has to put another question, but it has to be besides the Saints. But I guess you can just say all 31 teams. I guess I don't
All
know.
31 teams. All 31 teams.
I mean, that would probably be the obvious answer, but like you said, Saints would be your obvious answer.
Definitely.
Um, yeah, I mean, oh yeah. What's one of the most difficult hurdles you had to overcome to become the man you are today?
Uh, I can say in my sophomore year, I tore my ACL, my meniscus. But also, it was the very first game in high school. It was my very first game ever playing. So it was like, scored my first touchdown in the game. I'm racking things up. I got about 6 catches over 100 and something yards. First touchdown, and then I go down. But when I went down, it was like I tried to get up. So it was like I couldn't. But just dealing with that injury, they say 6 months to a year. But me, I'm a competitive nature. I'm a competitor. So it took me about 6 months to get back fully healthy and rehab wise every day. So in that moment, it was like, what's next? I did not know what was next. And I can see it was really hard to overcome it, honestly, because going into that, I missed my most important summer for a high school athlete to either get ranking stars, anything going into their junior summer. It's like you missed that summer. It's hard to get stars, hard to get seen by anybody. So it was like trying to really figure out what was next. So I can honestly say that's another reason why I kind of turned to basketball a little bit. But overcoming that, once I did that and I came back in 6 months, they told me, it wouldn't be done. It's not possible. And I showed them, oh, that just made my confidence and it made everything else really higher. So I can say that's the most difficult thing I had to overcome and
Okay.
made me the man I am today.
I mean, some of those serious injuries are kind of hard to come by. Like you can either not come back the same player, or you might not have the same mental side. Like the mental the side of the game because of your injury, your body at times. But if it takes a lot to overcome those injuries and beat those hurdles, that's what matters. Another question: what do you consider your biggest strength on the field?
My biggest strength on the field would be speed. Speed. I can say my speed.
So speed would be your ultimate strength. Okay.
Definitely, because it's like without not necessarily not without speed, but speed with speed is like I can either run past you or I can run close to you, and you still have to figure out how to slow me down. It's not easy.
I mean, sometimes those quickness, those little shiftiness can give you a little more of an advantage. Sometimes you can have that speed to where they can try to tackle you, and then you can just try to out take their angle and go the other way, and they won't get you.
Really.
It's one of those kind of So here's another question by Daryl Tatum. What's something you're looking forward to being in the NFL?
Something I'm looking forward to about being in the NFL, I would say giving back, like that side of it. We rarely see those things from the NFL players. So like I would like to highlight that, and also I was asked this in another interview, what cause I would get back to. I say mental health. I will also focus on mental health, like with everybody, not just the color of the skin and things like that. I will focus on mental health with anybody and everyone in the world, because mental health is really not looked at as important in today's world, and that's the biggest thing. So I would say giving back and really helping others.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people who've dealt with mental health, and there's people that just take that as a joke or don't even like really think of it that way. Like the percentage of those people who have dealt with mental health have dealt with depression and dealt with different situations that nobody doesn't know about.
Right.
They need the help they can get too, and if they don't get the support, then it can really impact them in life. That's a good cause. That I think people need to look into it more because there's people who dealt with mental health where they're like really like depressed, or they're really just not having a good life, or they're just really frustrated with what's going on in life. It's just that's the part of mental health that can get to them, or maybe people just making fun of them gets towards them mentally a little bit.
Yeah, and they feel like they're unheard and not really thought of. So me being able to give back, it's like, all right, somebody hears me, somebody sees what I'm going through without actually seeing what I'm going through. So it's like being able to do all that it's a great thing. So I really will look forward to doing that.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I got maybe about a couple more questions, but let's go with Anthony, Tage Anthony. How do you feel about this opportunity?
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity that I have to take advantage of. That's how I feel about it. I feel like, you know, not many people see the work that I put in on a daily. So it's like not too many people really would understand like this opportunity. Like this opportunity will definitely change lives, not only for my family and friends, but also for like the lives I said I want to put in, at stake.
Oh yeah, definitely will change a lot in a lifetime. So yeah, everything will come into play. So you just have to really hope for the best, and everything plays out itself. But yeah, dude, definitely appreciate your time, and whatever the next NFL journey is, man, I'm definitely rooting for you. Hopefully, you succeed on the next level, which is the NFL or whatever your dream is, man. I'm just pulling for you to succeed, man.
Greatly appreciate it.
Oh yeah. So before we end this, man, tell everybody where they can find your social media platform, and just man, it's gonna be an awesome journey, man. I'm pumped for you, man. I'm hoping you get to the next level, man.
Yes, sir. Everyone, y'all can find me at Chosen One KJB. That's my initials at Chosen One KJB. And thank you for this opportunity again. And I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully, we're doing this interview again when I'm on another team and we talk about the process of being drafted and getting to work. And then after that, hopefully, we're doing another interview about winning the Super Bowl.
Well, we'll work on it, man. It just you gotta give me the schedule and time. I'm more than open for it. I mean, whether it's the Saints or those other 31 teams, just give me a reach out, and I'm more than happy to do that, man. I want
Definitely.
everybody to succeed in life, man. So you got the God given ability. You got an opportunity to prove to all these 32 teams, like, hey, I want to prove to you that I belong in this league.
Yes, sir.
So best of luck, my guy, and thank you for coming on the show. And hopefully we can definitely catch up, like you said, man. Whatever happens on draft day, just reach out on me, or maybe I'll give you a chance to reach out and we can work something out.
Definitely we can. Definitely can. Greatly appreciate this opportunity again, man. We're gonna definitely be in touch.
Okay, for sure, my guy. And thank you guys for tuning in. Go check out Southern University wide receiver Kenntrel Boyd. Go check him out. A slot receiver, or should I say, a all-around weapon, man. Go check
Yes,
this guy out.
sir. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it.
Oh yeah, anytime. And thank you guys for tuning in.